Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Q&A with Kids. I'm Geddu, and today we are so lucky to have with us Abuna Mark from St Mark's Church in Arncliffe, Sydney, and three beautiful kids who will ask some very tough questions. We have Lucinda, Michaela and Natalie. Lucinda, are you ready for your first question? And Abuna, do you have your thinking cap on? Be ready, because I know these questions are going to be tough.
Okay.
Go for it, Lucinda. Fire away.
When Adam and Eve were made, didn't God know that they would make a mistake, or did he let them do whatever they want, or did he control them or not?
Wow, Abuna, that is a tough one to start off. When God created Adam and Eve, he knows they're not going to listen to him. But why didn't God stop them? That's a really deep question.
That's a good question, Lucinda. I think that God, when he created us, he gave us lots of gifts. Now, one of the gifts that God gave to us, it's called free will. Can you say that?
Free will.
Okay.
Free will.
You know what free will means? Okay, I'll tell you what it means. Free will means that God lets us make our own decisions. Okay?
Yes.
Now, imagine, do your parents let you make your own decisions with some things?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, do they say to you, do you want to eat hot chips or kofta?
I'm sure. What about both, Abuna? I like eating both, not one or the other.
Which would you say if I said, do you want to eat hot chips or kofta?
Hot chips.
Hot chips, me too. We all would, right?
Yes.
So that would be a gift your parents give you. They would say, you pick hot chips or kofta. And you would say, hot chips, thanks.
Yes.
So allowing us to make our own choice, our own decision, is called free will. It's a gift from God. So when God created Adam and Eve, he said, I'm going to give you the gift of free will. You get to pick. And so they got to choose. And unfortunately, one day they chose to do the wrong thing. But God said to them, no, we have to keep doing the right thing. And for us, it's the same. We can choose to listen to mum and dad, or we can choose not to. We can choose to be kind, or we can choose to be mean.
Yes.
It's up to us. So we have to always choose the good. I choose to listen. I choose to be kind. And that's using my free will in the way that God wanted me to use it, as a gift from him. And I use it for always making the right choices.
That makes so much sense, Abuna. So God has given us a choice. He gave Adam and Eve a choice about good and evil, and he gives us choices. He didn't control what they did, and he doesn't control what we do. Thank you so much, Abuna.
Okay.
That's a fabulous answer, and thank you, Lucinda, for a fabulous question.
Where do you get the incense from?
Incense, Abuna. Everyone loves the smell of incense. When I go to church and I come back, my jumper smells of incense, my t-shirt smells of incense, my jacket, my moustache even smells of incense. Why do we use it, Abuna, and where does it come from?
Do you like incense? Yeah. What do you love about it?
The smell.
You love the smell of it?
Yes.
Let me tell you a little bit about incense. Well, first of all, incense, we hear about it in the Old Testament, that it used to be something that they would offer to God. You know when you love somebody, you want to give them presents? Do you ever want to give somebody a present? Yeah? Who have you given a present to lately?
Do you know? Can you remember?
My parents.
Your parents.
Yes,
Why?
right.
Because you love them and so you want to give them something. Well, with God, we love God. And we want to give him things. And so we find something that is so beautiful and smells so lovely, and we offer it to God as a beautiful smell. Yeah? So it was in the Old Testament as an offering to God. And in the New Testament and in the church, we have continued that beautiful offering to the Lord. Now, where does it come from? there's actually some trees and plants, sometimes gum trees or different kinds of trees that produce that kind of incense. And so we go to the trees, we collect it from the trees, and we put it in a nice box on the altar, and then the deacon brings the censer, the shoria, to Abuna, and it's got coal. You know what coal is? Coal is that black stuff that's really hot. So what happens when you take the incense that we collected from the trees and we put it on the coal, it burns the incense, it makes the smoke into the beautiful smell. Now, what should we do when we see Abuna walking around with the shoria? You know what we should do?
Oh, I wonder what kids do you know? What do we do when we see Abuna walking around with it?
We do a quick prayer. And we do the cross and a quick prayer. You know why? Because as the incense is going up, we send our prayers with the incense going up to heaven. And that's why there's bells on the shoria that Abuna walks around with. So when you hear the bell, ding, 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 quickly say a prayer and do the cross to send up your prayer with the incense to heaven.
Wow, that's beautiful, Abuna. The incense clouds represent our prayers to God, and they actually come from plants and trees and are burnt in the church as an aroma to Jesus. Thank you, Abuna, and thank you so much, Michaela.
Why do we celebrate Christmas and Easter different dates than other people?
That's a really interesting question, Abuna, and one that's bothered me a lot too. Sometimes when I'm fasting for Christmas, my friends can have turkey before me. Why is that?
And especially I love wara enab, and I miss wara enab and I can't eat it.
Yeah, I do too. It bothers me a lot, other people eating before me.
Yeah. Well, let me explain it to you in a couple of different ways. You know, the day Jesus was born, and the day, which is Christmas, and the day he rose, which is the resurrection, was 2,000 years ago. So we actually don't really know the exact day. We know the month, we know the year, but we don't know the exact day.
Right.
So what the church has done over the past 2,000 years is they picked a day that would be the date for Christmas and the date for Easter. But then, all of a sudden, somebody made a new calendar. And when a new calendar came about, then those dates shifted a little bit. The 25th of December shifted to the 7th of January. And so some people moved with the new calendar, some people stayed in the older calendar. And so what you have is some churches on the older calendar, some churches on the new calendar, and that's why you have these differences in dates. But it doesn't matter too much, because we're all celebrating the same feast, the birth of Christ and the resurrection of Christ. And in a way you can think of it that we're a little bit extra lucky because we get to celebrate it twice. On the 25th, we get to celebrate Christmas. Then on the 7th, we come to church for the liturgy and for the Mass and we get dressed up. So I don't know about you, but I kind of like celebrating it twice.
Wow, that's a great way of looking at it, Abuna, having two Christmases.
Yeah.
Who could ask for more? Thank you so much, Abuna, for that beautiful answer, and thank you, Natalie, for that beautiful question. And thank you everyone today for joining us. I think that's it for now, but we look forward to welcoming you to another episode of Q&A with Kids. Until then, take care and bye for now. Bye everyone. See you later.